Okay, it looks like I am live. This is my first time using Instagram Live, so I'm just waiting to see if some people hop on, and I'm gonna start. Oh, hey Lisa. Um, so I'm gonna start just with a little description before we start moving. This is being recorded also on my husband's phone because I'm not sure. I think this just goes to then the story, which then disappears. So I want to be able to actually post it on my feed and have you guys be able to access this at a later time. So hey Kaya. So just to give a little precursor, the whole idea behind these pop-up classes are, so you can join me live now if you'd like to work out. Or also that you'll be able to access it later, and they are free, or it's also by donation, and all the donations go towards operating costs to still keep the studio running during this crazy pandemic, and also towards some of the teachers that might be struggling a little bit more during this time. I'll put a link in the comments at the underneath, or I don't know if I'll be able to do that on the story, but anyway, just in case, the Venmo is at Aubrey, AUBREY dash Moxie, MOXIE. If you would like to donate anything, of course it's not required. So today we're going to do a very basic mat, just to give you kind of a little taste of what Pilates is. And also I want to preface by saying, if anything doesn't feel right in your body, please listen to your body and leave anything out that does not feel appropriate, because I can't see you, so you have to be able to listen to your body and, you know, do this at your own risk. Legal disclaimer. There was some other, and the other thing I want to say is, if you're doing this at home, there is a difference between yoga mats and Pilates mats. So Pilates mats, you probably can't tell on the video here, but my mat's like maybe a half an inch thick or something. They're more plush. Because in Pilates, we do a lot of articulating through our spine and rolling through our spine. So you want something that is going to be gentle on your spine and not bruise it. So a yoga mat's a little too thin, but if you're using a yoga mat, make sure you're on like a carpeted surface, then it shouldn't be so bad. But make sure you're not on a yoga mat on like a hard floor or tile floor. When we get to the rolling exercises, I'll kind of preface them, so if you are, you'll just balance and not actually roll on your spine. What else did I want to say before we get started? Just that this is a way for you guys to have a little sneak peek of these classes, and if it's something you enjoy, please consider signing up for our Moxie Mind and Body's virtual live group classes. You can go to our website, moxiemindandbody.com, click the schedule, and you'll see when all the group classes are. The awesome thing about that versus this is that there is a live teacher there seeing you. So you'll get feedback and a little bit of correction, which is nice, because sometimes you might not know if you're actually doing it correctly, or you might think you're doing something that you're actually not doing. And the other great thing about that we've noticed from doing classes all week is it's so nice to see other people's faces and have that communication open and not feel like we're just shut in our houses with our husbands and children, or wives and children. So there's a little bit of a social outlet too. So with that said, we're going to get started. So, and if, I don't know, can you write comments on here, like on Facebook? Is that possible? If so, can somebody just write and say if you can hear me okay when I'm back here on my mat, that if I talk at this level? So can you still hear me right now? Because this is where I'll be moving and speaking from. So either someone like wave or give a comment if you can. I think that's possible on Instagram. Anyone that's watching, if you can help me out? Yes, someone waved. Okay, yes, thank you guys. Thank you, technology learning still. Okay, so we're gonna get started. For those that are also on Facebook, I did one on Facebook Live yesterday. So you can access that in my videos. This is going to be very similar, but we're going to move just a little bit quicker than we did there, okay? So if you join me there and you're joining now, it'll be a little bit faster paced, but not, I don't want to say fast paced, but a little bit more flow than the last one. So, all right, we're going to start lying back on your mat. Center yourself. And first thing we want to be aware of is where our pelvis is in space, okay? So today's class is all about finding your stability. And when we move, that we're moving from a stable source. Because if you build a house, you need a strong foundation to build on. You don't want to get to the 3rd floor and be like, oh crap, my foundation sucks. Now I have to go back and build the house all over again. Our bodies are the same way. We got to start with a strong foundation. So you're going to make a tripod with your hands like this. And lie back and place your feet hip socket width apart on the mat. You're going to place your fingertips on your pubic bone. Your pubic bone's pretty far down there, further than you might feel comfortable touching, but don't worry because no one can see you. Excuse me. And the heel of your hand is up by your hip bones. So just coming here, you want to envision like you have a bowl of water sitting within that tripod that's filled to the brim. And right now, you want to make sure your water isn't spilling any which way, it's just filled. We're going to go ahead and start to try to spill that water towards your belly button. So if you just tilt, you'll feel your tail reach away a little bit more and the water spills into your belly button and then it comes back. So let's do that a couple more times. These are called pelvic tilts. And there's 2 ways that you can be doing this right now. There's a good way and a not so good way. The not so good way is you just like gripping and tucking and shoving your low back down into the mat. And I don't know if you could see, but when I did that, my head kind of pops up a little bit. That's compression, and we never want compression in Pilates. We always want length and space. The correct way you want to be doing this is feeling like your butt is lengthening and reaching to your feet, your tail, and your feet are dragging to your butt, so it's active. And then when you go to spill that water towards your belly button, you'll still feel your low back come closer into the mat and touch the mat, but it feels like a lengthening aspect. And even when I do that and get that feet dragging to my seat, I can feel my bottom a little bit more. You know, there's just more things kicked on than just than if you just shove your low back in. Last one, so find that bowl of water, spill it towards your belly button, but keep the tail reaching to your heels. Now we're going to go the other way, okay? So that's our scoop that we'll be using today. I want you to go the other way because I want you to find out what's not so good if it happens. So now spill your water away towards your heels and come back. And notice when you do that how that creates more space between your low back and your mat. So as we do some of our exercises today, you want to make sure this isn't starting to happen, that you lose the connection in your center and your water starts tipping towards your feet, because that means we're arching our low back and then we're not connecting into our center, okay? So just to give you a little orientation. So let's go back to where we're in that neutral position. We're not spilling away. We're not scooping in, all right? We're nice and in the middle, and we're just going to do a couple fundamental exercises first. The first thing we're going to do is keep that bowl of water steady. And you can place your arms long by your side. If it helps to keep them on your pelvis, that's fine. You're going to slide your right leg out along the mat and only go to where you can keep that bowl of water filled to the brim and not spill any which way. And then drag it, slide it, drag it back so it feels like your center is dragging the leg back in. Do the left leg now. Slide the leg away, and it doesn't matter how far it goes away. You have to start listening to your body and feel, when do you start losing a connection in your center? So some of you might be able to go really far. Some of you might only move half the amount of your leg out. Drag it in. We're going to do that 2 more times each side. So right leg slides out. My bowl of water doesn't spill up, down, left, right, any which way. I drag the leg in. I'm getting stuck on my mat. I drag the leg in so I feel the initiation coming from my center. Left leg slide it out. I'm trying to be as smooth as possible. Sometimes these mats get a little sticky. slide it in. One more time, right leg, slide it out. And drag it back in, not spilling that water. And slide the left leg out. Hopefully you're starting to feel how the leg moves, not just from the leg, but drags in from your center. All right, so now we were hip socket width apart. We're going to bring the legs all the way together, so there's no light between those legs. Again, we keep that bowl of water stable and steady, not spilling. We're going to draw the right leg into us from that scoop. Extend the leg up, but only to where, I only care about your thigh. If you extended your leg and your bowl of water spilled or your pelvis tucked up, no good. I care about that pelvis and the spine, not about your limbs. So extend the leg to where you can. You can keep a soft knee and foot if you need. If you can go straight, great. Reach that thigh away until your knees are glued together. It should feel like you could put a pin through the knees and they're lined up. You're going to hold and hug that together, keeping your bowl of water steady for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide that thigh to your mid-calf. Hold and hug there, finding that connection for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide it so you're at your ankle. Don't spill that water. Keep those legs hugging for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide it back up to the mid-calf and hold, hug. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back up to the knee. Same thing. Hopefully you feel those inner thighs a little bit and your center working. 3, 2, 1. Bring the leg back up and place it down. Other leg. Legs are together. Draw the right leg in. Drag it in from your guts. Extend it up, only to where you can keep that connection. Reach the thigh away, thigh to thigh, knee to knee, like you could put a pin through, line those bones up, and hold and hug for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide it to your calf. Hold and hug. This is my more challenging side. You might notice a difference from one side to the other. One side might feel more challenging than the other. Slide it to your ankle. Hold and hug for 5, 4, 3. Don't spill the water. 1. Back up to the calf. Hold and hug. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up to the knee. Hold and hug for 5 counts. Focus more on the side that's not moving than the side that's moving, because that's where the stability is going to help you come in. Bring the leg back up, bend the knee, and place the foot down. Great, so from here, you can either keep the legs together or bring them back to hip socket width apart. Keep that bowl of water steady. We're gonna do a little bit of arm circles here just to get the chest more open. So reach the arms straight up to the ceiling. When you do that, feel the heaviness of the bones in the arm, allowing them to sit back in the socket. So when you go up, you don't wanna see the shoulder caps rolling forward like this. When my arms are up and I do that, it closes off my chest and my collarbones. So let the weight of your arms, you can even kind of smack them back there a couple times, make sure they're sitting back into the mat. From here, there's energy through your fingertips. You're gonna reach those arms up and back like you're trying to touch the wall behind you and bring them back up. Let the arms sit back down into the sockets. Reach like you're tracing an arc overhead. Reach, 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 and bring it back up. Now, this looks like nothing, but can you keep this all active? The legs hugging together. Ideally, they're hugging together. And this is working. So when I reach back, I almost feel like the lower half of my body is reaching towards my feet and my arms are reaching away. And now let's turn this into a circle. So we're going to reach back, circle the arms around, hold at the side. From here, feel like your collarbones and your armpits are trying to touch the side walls of the room. Circle them down around ahead of you and bring them back up. And we're going to just make circles. But as you're circling, it's not just moving your arms in a circle, otherwise it does nothing. You have to feel like you're extending out, trying to touch and trace a bubble around you. And it should feel like an awesome stretch across maybe the front of your shoulder, your arm, or places you're tight. And then we're gonna reverse the circle. Circle around to the back, reach. While you're overhead, make sure you're not arching away or tucking down in. And bring it through. 2 more times. Circle around. This is gonna come into play later when we're doing one of our exercises. Good. From here, let the arms rest down, all the way by your side. Now we're gonna get moving into our first exercise, the 100. If you have low back issues, or you start to really feel this in your back, you can do this keeping the knees bent and the legs on the mat. Otherwise, we're gonna slide the legs all the way away from us, still not letting that water spill. We're gonna reach the arms up to the ceiling, make sure they're plugged back into their home. And from here, without your collarbones lifting, you're gonna lift just the head. So it feels like a long back of the neck, and set it back down. Do that 2 more times. So you're not pushing your face forward like you see forward head on the computer, right? You're lengthening the back of the neck up and around, and set it down 1 more time. So just learning how to lift our head properly can be work. Set it down, adding on, we're gonna lift the head. Now from here, I feel like my collarbones are reaching into the mat or through the wall behind me to try to curl up to the tips of my shoulder blades. My heels are hugging together, my arms are gonna stay above the level of my hip, and we're gonna vigorously pump our arms as we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. In for 5, out for 5. Your bowl of water should still be steady and stable. It should feel like you're scooping out your center. If your head and neck get super tired, you can always rest it and then curl back up if you need. Your pump should be big, higher than the level of your hips. The purpose of the 100 and why it's our first exercise in the mat series is because it gets your heart pumping, your blood flowing, and hopefully gets you a little warm. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest the head, neck, and shoulders back down. Nice job, guys. From here, we're gonna drag the legs in towards us, hold behind the thighs, and rock yourself up to a seated position for the half roll back. Ideally, you're gonna keep the legs together for this, but if you need to go hip socket width apart, that's also an option, all right? From here, hands come behind the thighs, elbows are high and wide like you're airing out your armpits, and we're gonna sit up as tall as you can. And when you sit tall, don't think like when your mother told you to sit tall. I want you to think like your back is as wide as the room and your spine is long and tall, that way. All right, from here, like you have a bowl of water on your head now, filled to the brim. We're gonna keep that, and you're gonna scoop your belly, keep those elbows high and wide, and feel like you're scooping away from the hold of those thighs. Keep your tail reaching to your heels and your heels feeling like it's reaching and dragging to your tail. So you round back till the arms fully extend, and then we're gonna come forward, keeping the shape we're in. So when we come forward, we're actually in a nice capital letter C. We're gonna sit up tall, make your back wide, collarbones wide, elbows and armpits reaching to the side of the room, and scoop your belly out like someone took an ice cream scoop and went whoop, all different directions in there. Hollow it out, but keep your feet feeling like they kind of drag to your seat and your tail reaching for your feet so you're not collapsed here. This is very different. Look at my chest close and my back collapse, or I'm making space in my spine. We always want space. Come forward. 1 more time from sitting up. We're going to inhale, scoop back. Exhale, round forward. Now we're just going to keep that C shape. Inhale, work from your guts back. Keep those legs hugging. Exhale, scoop forward. You should start to feel that center working and maybe even the low back opening up a little bit. Should feel good. Exhale, round forward. Let's do 1 more. Make sure those elbows and armpits are still high and wide. The legs are still hugging. And bring it forward. Last one to transition us to our mat. In Pilates, even our transitions become exercises. So from here, you can let the hands slide down your thighs as you go all the way back down to your mat. Arms actively hug or press into the mat by your side. Bring your feet in a little bit if you need. Go hip socket width apart, and we're gonna take our one leg circles. First, we're gonna make the dots, and then we're gonna connect the dots. So just like before, don't spill your water. Draw the right leg in. Extend the right leg to the ceiling. Soft knee, soft foot if you need in order to keep this steady. That's more important. I'm gonna straighten my leg because I can. We draw that leg towards your nose. Bring it back to where it was naturally. Take it across in line with that opposite shoulder, no further. Bring it back. Lower it a couple inches. Don't let the water spill. Bring it back. Open it no wider than that right shoulder. Bring it back. So again, it's the nose, center. Left shoulder, center. Lower a little, center. Right shoulder, center. Other way. Nose, center. Right shoulder, center. Lower a little, center. Left shoulder, center. Let's go the first direction, but connect the dots now. So you're drawing circles. Nose, across, around, and up. Across, around, and up. Across, around, and up. Reverse, open, around, and up. Trace the dots the other way. Can your leg move freely, but your pelvis and this other leg stay stabilized so you're not rocking and spilling the water all over the place? Bend the knee in towards your chest. Give it a hug. Place it down. Let's do the other side. Left leg draws in. Extend the leg to where you can extend it to. This right leg is actually more of the working leg than the moving leg. Let's draw our dots to the nose. Center. Across no wider than that opposite shoulder. Center. Lower a little. Center. Left shoulder. Center. Again, nose. Center. Right shoulder. Center. Lower. Center no wider than the left shoulder. Other way. Nose, center no wider than the left shoulder, center, lower, center no wider than the right shoulder, center. Go back to the first direction, connect your dots. Nose around and up, around and up, around and up. One more, around and up. Reverse, around, trace your dots. I don't care about the moving leg. I care about this leg, this center, this pelvis, this torso staying steady. That's the important part, not the leg. Bend the leg in towards you, give it a stretch, place it down. Great. From here, drag the legs in towards you, using that center, hands behind the thighs, rock up to a seated position. This is our first rolling exercise, so if you are on a hard surface, just work the balance. Do not actually roll because you will hurt your spine and there's a lot of nerves back there. So otherwise, if you're on a more plush surface, feel free to try the roll. From here, if you need more space, you can take the hands behind the thighs and be in a little more open space, but try to use that scoop of your belly. You remember that scoop we were doing before when we spilled the water towards our belly button, our feet were dragging to our seat was dragging to our feet? It's the same thing here. We scoop the belly out, drag the feet to the seat, press into those shins, elbows high and wide, like we did in the half roll back. The crown of your head rounds towards your knees, and from here, you try to just hold and stabilize this. So I'm not where my feet are on the mat, and I don't have to balance. I'm also not back here compressed down. We don't want that compression. You want to feel like you're on that little spot where if you just go forward, you're like, oh my God, my feet are just about to touch. Or, oh my God, I feel like I might just about fall back. Find that in-between spot where it feels like work to hold this position. And then you can just hold and breathe here because this might feel like work for your center, and try to get those legs in towards your chest. From here, to add on, like someone socked you in the stomach, you're going to scoop the belly out so much you rock back to your mid-back and come up and try to find that balance point without the feet touching the floor. So again, someone punches you in the stomach, you rock back, you come up. There's a big difference of working from your middle. Try not to take your head back and move from your extremity to take you back. This shape stays. It's the scoop of your belly. If you just keep trying to scoop out your belly, scoop out your belly, scoop out your belly, you'll eventually move. And one more time, or two more times. Rock back, rock up. This is a massage for your spine. Rock back and rock up. Find that balance. Lower lower the feet. Nice work, guys. Let's take one of those half rollbacks. Feet are dragging to our seat, seat dragging to the feet. From here, challenge it. See if you can let go, hold, and then try to lower the rest of the weight of the mat with control, without holding on if you can. If you need to slide down the legs, no problem. All right, we're going to do single leg stretch. This is going to get your internals moving, things flowing if you're having any issues with that. So it massages the ascending colon and descending colon. All right, so from here, we're going to keep the feet on the mat. Find that center, bowl of water still, and again, lift the chin to the chest. My shoulders stayed wide, it didn't move yet. Now my collarbones reach like a wave crashing onto a beach. My spine is coming up and over to the tips of my shoulder blades. I drag the legs in towards my chest, but my tail, the very almost kind of like the top of your butt crack, that's where your tail is, right in there, that has to stay anchored on the mat. You can't pull in and lift your butt up off like this. Tail has to stay long, right? The right leg's going to draw in towards your chest. The left leg reaches out to a high diagonal. Both hands on that right shin, elbows high and wide. Just hold this. This is working itself. You're going to pull that right leg in. As you exhale, inhale, switch the legs. Try to keep the hands there. Exhale, pull the left leg in. Inhale, switch. Exhale, pull. Inhale, switch. Exhale, pull. Inhale, switch. And try not to go side to side in your torso as you do this. Otherwise, your water would be spilling, right? I'm staying stable in my spine and in my pelvis as my legs move. This doesn't have anything to do with the legs. This is about the stability of our pelvis, keeping that tail long, keeping our center scooped, keeping the collarbones wide. Let's do one more time each side. Exhale, pull, inhale, switch. Exhale, pull, and hug it in. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders down. The next one is the double leg stretch. So same thing we just did, but with two legs now. There's a little more choreography to this, so just bear with me, all right? So, and this is also if you have babies or had babies 20 years ago, when you pump their legs into them when they get gassy, right? This is good for that. We can do that as adults too. So keep that in the back, your back pocket. So from here, legs are hugged in towards us, but our butt isn't tucked up and away. We're going to keep the elbows high and wide, lift the chin to the chest, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Hands are on the shins. Exhale, hug the legs deeper into you without that tail lifting off the mat. Inhale, reach your legs and arms to a high diagonal away from you. Keep them as high as you can without spilling that water away. Circle the arms around to the side like our arm circles from before. And then exhale, drag the legs in and really hug them in there. Again, the arms and legs reach away. Keep the legs there. Circle the arms to the side and exhale, drag those legs in. Inhale to reach, circle, exhale, drag. Inhale, reach, circle, exhale, drag. Keep that tail on the mat. Don't tuck your butt up and off if you can. Inhale, reach. Exhale and hug. Inhale and reach. Exhale and hug. Inhale and reach. Exhale and hug. Rest the head, neck, and shoulders down. Hands behind the thighs. Rock up to a seated position. Scoop back a little if you need. Open your legs wider than the level of your, or the width of your mat. All right, sitting up tall with our legs stretched out ahead of us is going to feel like an exercise in itself for most of us, especially if you sit at a desk all day. All right, so if you need, you can always bend your knees a little bit. Because remember what I said earlier, it's about our spine, not about our limbs, okay? So I'd rather see the knees bent with a nice wide back and tall spine than this. This does nothing, right? Why would I want to flex my spine if it's already living in flexion? So I want to, or why do I want to flex it more, right? I want to flex from an open position. So if you need to be here, toes and knees are to the ceiling. I'm going to work with straight legs because I can. My arms are reaching straight out ahead of me. And remember, they're not here. Just like when you were back on the mat, envision a wall or a mat behind you that you are stacked up against. We're going to inhale with that tall spine. Exhale. Here's that head curling off the mat. Here's those collarbones working towards the wall or the ceiling above you. And you exhale and round forward, keeping your arms parallel to the ground. And then scoop and stack your spine back up on the inhale. Exhale here for a moment to relax the shoulders if they creeped up. Inhale, tall. Exhale, chin towards the chest. Collarbones start to feel like they lift to the ceiling. And as much as you're stretching your spine forward, it feels like someone has you around your waist, pulling you back. So you're going forward, but you're scooping back. You're going forward, but you're scooping back. You're going forward, but you're scooping back. And stack your spine up tall. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Again, inhale, tall. Exhale and stretch. Spine stretch forward. Gut scoop out, gut scoop out, gut scoop out. Inhale, stack up one more time. Exhale, relax the shoulders if you need. Inhale, tall. Feet are active and flexed. Exhale, chin to chest. Round, round. Feel the collarbones. I have to feel mine lifting because I like to close off my chest and my head and my neck. Because my neck is like a giraffe neck and I don't know where it is half the time. So, from here, we're going to go into open leg rocker prep. So using that scoop, we're going to drag the legs in. I'm going to scoot forward just so I don't smack the chair behind me. Drag the legs in, pinpoint the toes. So my knees are a bit wider than my shoulders and my toes are pinpointed on the mat together here. I'm going to take my arms and reach them through my legs. Now I'm not hanging back in here, right? I'm up on that little spot where I can feel my center work to help me balance. Without letting this thigh of the leg that's gonna move, let me rephrase that. We're gonna extend the right leg. Don't let that thigh change where it is in space. I don't care about a straight leg. Bring it back. And the rest of you shouldn't move either. Extend the left leg without anything changing and bring it in. So you don't want to see the one leg extend and you fall to that one side or collapse back, right? So here we are, the left leg extends. Bring it in. One more time each side. Right leg extends. Bring it in. Arms should stay straight so that torso stays lifted. Now try both legs. Both legs extend. Both legs point down. Notice how my thighs, ideally, are not changing where they are in space. They're staying where they are. One more time. So the difference would look like this. Right? Extend and bring it back down. Good job, guys. Bring the legs together. Let's take that whole half roll back again. All the way to our mat for the corkscrew. Our corkscrew is very much like our one leg circle we just did a moment ago, but now with two legs. So arms active by your side. Drag the legs into you. Extend them up to a 90-degree angle. And again, soft knees, soft feet are fine if that helps you keep this bowl of water steady. I'd rather see that if you can, than this. I don't care about straight legs right now. All right, if you can straighten your legs, great. No matter what, keep your heels actively hugging together so it's like you have one leg instead of two. From here, let's make our dots again. We're going to draw and scoop the belly so the legs draw towards the nose. Come back to center. They go to the right, no wider than that right shoulder. Come back to center. They lower a little. They come back to center. They go to the left, no wider than that left shoulder. Come back to center and back to our nose. Reverse the direction. So nose, center, left shoulder, center, lower a little, center, right shoulder, center. First direction, connect the dots. Nose, right, around, left. Nose, left, around, right. So I know it's called corkscrew, but really you're just tracing a circle right now. One more time. And to the nose. Bend the knees into your chest. Give them a hug. Rock up to seated. Scoop back again if you need. Open the legs wider than your mat. Just like in spine stretch forward, if you bent the knees there, you'll bend them here. Whatever you need to do to sit on those sits bones or your butt bones, you should be sitting on those. not behind yourself. Reach the arms forward. We're going to do a preparation for saw, okay? Because saw gets a little tricky with all the movement. So open the arms to the side. And from here, we're going to bring our fingertips towards our shoulders. Feel like you're stretching your collarbones as wide as the room and your armpits and your elbows as wide as the room. You have a bolt and each butt bone. We're going to twist away from the left side of your body and come back to center. We're going to twist away from the right side of your body and come back to center. Keep doing this as I talk. You want to make sure as you twist, you feel like you have a barber pole going through your spine, so you're staying on that plumb line. And as you twist, you shouldn't be shifting the hips, right? The legs shouldn't be shifting. So another great image is your pelvis is the jar, your rib cage and the rest of you is like the lid. The lid moves, the jar does not. Twist, center, twist, center. We're going to add on, twist, all right? The elbow that is towards that knee, we're going to bring the right elbow to the right knee. Make sure you stay facing the way you're facing as you stack all the way up, then return to center. Twist away from your left. Bring the left elbow to the left knee. Stack all the way up before you return center. Don't twist and lift. Twist, right elbow to right knee. Stack up, return center. Left, or twist, left elbow to left knee. Stack up a little quicker. Twist, elbow to knee, and up, and center, and twist, elbow to knee, and up, and center. Good job, guys. From here, bring the legs together, drag them into you. Take that half roll back to go back to your mat. We're going to do a little bit of a chest opening exercise here. I actually don't know what it's called. It's just a chest opening exercise. So you're going to lay on your belly. And just like when you were on your back, we want to keep that bowl of water steady. How you do that is take the legs slightly apart. I learned this one from my one teacher, Kathy Rossnash. It's called the diaper. So keep your legs a little bit apart so you can actually move your pelvis. You want to feel the hip bones touching the mat. And then the pubic bone starting to touch the mat. So you feel some activation there, right? Your head can stay down on the mat. And then you draw the legs together. From that, just doing that, and you can keep your hands, bring your hands up here. You can already feel your center engaged, like you have a little mouse house underneath your belly, and the lower half is working. So just do that again for me. Relax the legs, relax the butt, everything. Take the legs a little bit apart. Make a pillow top with your hands. And find your hip bones, wanting to kind of touch the mat, so it tips you forward a little bit. Then find your pubic bone, also trying to touch the mat. So one's not more important than the other. Draw the heels together to touch, and it's called the diaper because it kind of, the muscles wrap like it would look like how a baby has a diaper on. Now keep that active, and from here, reach your arms out like you're doing shark arms, like you're diving into a pool. One hand over top of the other, head stays down on the mat. You are going to keep your diaper on and reach the arms, like not up, don't think up. Think across the floor to the baseboard on the other side of the room and reach, hold, 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 lower down. Do it again. One hand's on top of the other. Reach out. Feel like they're sliding out along the floor and they go through the baseboard. I am not thinking of going up with my arms. I'm going out into my backyard over there. Lower. One more time. Reach it out. This is so good to open the chest if you're hunched over a computer all day or holding kids all day. Switch the hand that's on top. We're going to do it again. Other hand's on top now. Reach it out. Hold. 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 Lower down. This is my harder side. Again, you might notice a big difference just by crossing another hand on top. Reach it out and hold. 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 You still have your diaper on? Your whole body's working. And reach it out and hold. Hold. Hold and lower down. Nice job, guys. From here, we're going to take our hands, place them underneath our shoulders, and then we're going to press back into a little counter stretch here, and flip around for our teaser prep. We're gonna go again with the legs together. Take that half roll back to go back down to your mat. The teaser prep is basically our half roll back we did before with a little bit more challenge now. So our arms are gonna reach up to the ceiling just as they did in the 100. Our legs are hugging together. The further away your feet are from your butt, the easier. The closer they are, the more challenging. So start further away, and we'll make it more challenging as we go along. From here, let's lift our head, shoulders and collarbones stay down, but then we start to peel like that wave, crashing in on the beach. If you're like, oh, I'm stuck, I can't get up, you can grab onto those thighs and help yourself walk up. That's totally valid. Arms try to stay parallel to those thigh bones. You don't sit all the way up. You go to where you're still in that half roll back feeling there. We have a nice proud chest, and then with control, feel like you're trying to stay there, like someone's got the hair on the top of your head, pulling it through the ceiling, and you're trying to stay. You're trying to stay. Gravity will take you down. You don't need to try to go down. You need to try to stay up. Let's bring the feet a little closer for more challenge. And again, we lift the head, peel. I totally feel the spot in my spine right here that I like to cheat. So I'm actually going to bring my hands down, even though I've been doing this for a million years. And I'm going to work through that, because if I just keep cheating, I will never get stronger there. And then roll back with control. Roll back. There's my little tremble. Oh, because that's where I hate to work. Again, bring them a little closer if you want more challenge. And chin to chest. If you cannot do this, this is too much, you just get stuck, you can go back to that half roll back that we did before. And roll back down. One more time. And chin to chest. Collarbones peel back and away. Think of your spine like a wave crashing into the beach. But there's no crashing happening. It's just rolling in. Proud chest. Stomach still scooped. And now let's do a little challenge up here. Hold. Can you extend the right leg, but don't move the thighs? There's that pin going through your knees again. And place it down. Extend the left leg. And place it down one more time. Keep holding it up there. You can do it. Maybe you're just here. That's okay. And extend. And bend. And roll back. Feel like someone's got you here. Someone's got you there. Someone's got you there. All the way back down. Nice job, guys. Drag the legs in towards you. Rock up to seated. This is another rolling exercise, so you're going to hold the balance if you don't have a good surface to roll on. This is seal. We have those pinpointed toes again. If you're back, I'm going to face this way. Sorry for the crotch shot. But your legs are apart. You're going to make a prayer position with your hands. Dive them through your legs. Find that little balance spot again where we were in rolling like a ball, and cup the ankles in your hands. If your back is really tight, you can actually press the bottoms of the feet together like your hands would be pressing in a prayer position here. Your feet are doing the same thing, and I don't know if you guys can feel that, but when you kind of press the bottoms of the feet together and scoop out your guts with that ice cream scoop, it really opens the lower back. You want to keep the thighs kind of working into the arms and the arms pressing into the thighs. So either position, either long soft feet or prayer frog position with the legs, with the feet. And from here, we're going to try to keep that shape like someone socked you in the stomach. Rock back to that mid-back. Come up and balance. You should not be rolling on your head and neck, all right? That is not good right now. Scoop and rock back and rock up. I'm going to press the bottoms of my feet together so I can get a little more opening in that left side of my back. And up. And again. Rock back and rock up. Lower the feet down. Nice work, guys. Last thing, we're going to stand up. And we're going to stand with our feet parallel and slightly apart. Just standing here, I hope you feel actually a little longer already. And you want to feel like your plumb line, your heel is over your knee, is over your hip, is over your ribs, is over your shoulder, is over your ear. As if I was lying back on my mat. Reach the arms forward and feel that wall behind you that you're wide and tall against. Like our 100, like our teaser, we're gonna round our chin to our chest. Peel, try to keep your hips over the ankle so you're not hanging back or dipping forward. Roll all the way down, try to touch the floor. Try to press into the floor and feel like someone's got their arms around your waist, lifting you up to the ceiling. So as much as you're reaching to the floor, you're pulling that center up. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, that's fine, but make sure if you bend the knees, you still got that person's arms around your guts lifting you up. Without wobbling side to side, walk the arms out into a plank position. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Heels are over tops of the balls of the feet. Try not to have your butt up in the air. Hold. Actively reach into the floor and let the floor reach into you. Breathe. You should still feel like you're not hanging, lifting up. You still got that scoop in the belly. You're nice and long. And now like someone's got their arms around your waist, they scoop and lift you up. Press back. Now try not to wobble as you walk one arm in. Walk the other arm in. Walk the arm in. Walk the other arm in. Head is heavy. Roll up until your fingertips are about in line with your knees. Shake your heads, yes. Shake it, no. Wiggle your fingers a little. Roll all the way up to stand tall and give me a nice shoulder roll. Keeping the shoulder blades drawn down the back. And you are good to go. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you'd like to make a donation, you can Venmo me, my studio really, at Aubrey, AUBREY -Moxie, MOXIE. And if you really enjoyed this and want to check out our live classes so you actually get that teacher feedback, you can go to our website, moxiemindandbody.com. All the classes are up there. You just need to click the schedule. There's an online scheduling system. It leads you through. It's very user-friendly. Trust me, if I would set it up and was using it before, it's not hard for you to use. So if you have any questions or feedback for me, I'd love it. Send me a private message or post in the comments. I guess because it'll go in my story, you can send a message. And I'll do this again next week one more time, but then you'll be able to access it always because it'll be in my news feed. So thank you so much and have a good evening.